Everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you're new here, I unbox subscription boxes and more. Today I'm very excited to share a new box on my channel called Matter, and it's basically a box of scientific artifacts that comes once a month. And I've really, ever since I started getting into subscription boxes, the first thing I looked for was a science themed subscription box. Being a biology graduate, that's just science is up my alley. They didn't, other than boxes for younger children, they didn't really have much. But Cratejoy, I've seen, this is the first box I looked at on Cratejoy, the website that has a bunch of subscription boxes, and I really wanted it. But it's like $45 a month. But I finally, on Black Friday, they had a 20% off sale, so I finally splurged for the holiday season. I got myself a Matter box, so I'm really excited about this one. Literally, the first box I've ever wanted to unopen. So, if you want to see what's in this box as much as I do, because I have no clue, by the way, no idea what's going to be in it, then please stay tuned. So I open it up and I'm super intrigued. Nobody sees the scissors over here. There we go. I'm seeing a bunch of cards with information. I'm already so stoked. So, and I open this and ta-da! Very confused. So this definitely looks like one we're going to go through and read the cards, and I'm going to try to figure out what everything is. I just kind of like the imprints on the felt from the objects. So everything's very tiny, but I'm sure they're awesome. So let's get started. Alright, so I didn't want this to be a long video, but I think it's so interesting and it looks like it's going to teach so much that I might just have to make this a long video. So science nerds out there, I hope you're loving this. And I'm going to go through, I kind of wish there were pictures to describe what everything was on the cards, but I'm going to go through process of elimination, because there's more cards in here than there are objects. So let's just start with what I know. This is Amazonite. It's a crystal. I did know there was going to be a crystal, or in this case a mineral, in here, but I wasn't sure which one. So this is Amazonite. It's a very tiny specimen, but it's really pretty. I really like it. It's definitely in its raw form. And I'll definitely read what the card says about it, because this is fascinating. So what is it? The scientists aren't sure about the source of this mineral's aquatic hue. It is suspected to come from its lead content, though recent studies suggest that that's not the whole story, and the color may be more complex than originally thought. Sources of Amazonite are uncommon, but are scattered around the world. Known sources are located in Mongolia, Libya, Russia, and parts of the USA. Oddly enough, it's not found near its namesake, the Amazon River, but may have occurred there in the past. Interesting properties of the Amazonite are, when exposed to sunlight, Amazonite's rich teal color can increase in its intensity. So if I can put that up to, I know this isn't sunlight here that I'm dealing with. I wish I was filming in the daylight and had a lot of light shining in our window. This time of year I don't get that kind of light, but that's okay. I would love to see that in sunlight. Maybe someday I can take it outside. So uses. Despite the attractive color, Amazonite is not commonly used in jewelry. This is because it has a hardness of 6.5 and can easily be scratched or broken when bumped against a harder surface. That makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, so add this mineral to your geology collection. Most definitely will. As you guys know, I have a huge rock mineral geology collection. That's super cool. So we know that that's the Amazonite. So let's move on here. Alright, total geek coming out on me. Next is a tooth from a Mosasaurus. And they're saying that it's a 66 million year old tooth. Look how cool this is. I'm blown away. I mean, I used to collect shark's teeth on the beaches, like in Calvert Cliffs, Maryland. They had a really good spot. But look how cool this is. I love it. So let's read about it. There it is. What is it? Mosasaurus was a large carnivorous aquatic lizard. That is so cool. It was technically not a dinosaur, but reptile closely related to snakes and monitor lizards. Wow. Alright, Mosasaurus grew up to 50 feet long, which is 15 meters, and existed for about 4 million years until the mass extinction event that ended the Mesozoic period. This sample consists of a fossilized tooth that once belonged to one of these creatures. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm in love with this. Interesting properties. This tooth is at least 66 million years old, which we know, and fossilized remains of an extinct animal. I don't know why that goes under interesting properties, but sure. Uses. This tooth was undoubtedly once used by a Mosasaurus to tear apart other prehistoric creatures for food. See, this is not a kid's video. Just kidding. Prehistoric artifacts are now highly collectible. So it's a fossil. So cool. So here's the card has a picture of the Mosasaurus. Have you guys ever heard of a Mosasaurus? That will be my shout out question. Random comment shout out question of this video. Have you heard of a Mosasaurus before? You can simply tell me yes you have or no you haven't heard of one. I actually had not heard of a Mosasaurus before. Obviously I knew that there were a bunch of creatures similar to it in the Mesozoic and other eras, but that is super neat. I really love the tooth. That's just really cool. Alright, geeking out. We'll move on. Alright, next we have a fossilized clam. Again, I love fossils, rocks, minerals. I also, when I was collecting those shark's teeth, found fossils at the beach as well. I love looking at like different imprints of fish bones and plants, any like aquatic vegetation on rocks and fossils and shells. Because you can really see fossils kind of on anything. So I love that this is a fossilized clam. It took me a little while to figure out what it was, but when you look at this size, you can definitely see the striations of a clam in the shape. Hope that's in focus. I really can't see at this point, but let me read about the fossilized clam. Ancient ocean life. What is it? This clam may seem to be like the shells you've beachcombed in family vacations past, but don't be fooled. This mollusk, found in Morocco, originated in the oceans of the Eocene era, which spanned 56 to 33.9 million years ago. This era is named after the Greek words new and dawn due to the abundance of modern fauna that developed during this time. Oh my gosh, I am learning so much right now. This means that the clam shared the warm waters with the first sharks and early whales. Interesting properties. When its shell was emptied, this clam became agatized? Yeah, I guess it's agatized. I have to look that word up. When the soft parts decay, mineral-rich water seeps in and forms a microcrystalline form of quartz called chalcedony. Oh my goodness, I have seen chalcedony crystals before. That's so cool, and I might be saying that wrong. Chalcedony that acts as a crystal cast within the hollow specks of the fossil. Wow! So, like, all of me wants to open this right now, but I mean, obviously I wouldn't, but I need a magnifying glass. I feel like there's little bits, like there's a little bit chipped away here on this edge. Can you guys see that by my thumb? I'm really curious. Let's see. Uses. Though it may look like modern clams, add this ancient bivalve to your fossil collection, knowing it is millions of years older than those you've seen washed ashore. Super, super cool. Alright, so you guys can see the scientist in me. I've got the cards and everything just like scattered all over creation. If I actually got my dream job and got to work at a research desk, this would, like, my papers would be everywhere. But this next item is called AquaTabs. And this looks like something I'm probably going to try to do a video of this. I'm not going to be able to film this now. If I can film this, I'm going to do this I'll insert it at the end. It might make it long, but I think it's well worth it. And here's why. Alright, so AquaTabs is chemistry as a humanitarian aid. Get ready. What is it? These tablets may be small, but they do a world of good. When added to contaminated water, AquaTabs slowly release chlorine to reduce bacteria by 99.9999%. That's 4 decimal places out there, guys. I would love to know how the research proves that to that exact number. And then viruses by 99.99%. Only to the 100th place, so there you really gotta wonder. Sorry, scientist in me. Including cholera, typhoid, dysentery, and other waterborne diseases. These tablets can and have saved countless lives in areas where clean water is not accessible. So freaking cool. Alright, please do not eat these tablets. I'm glad they said that. Not like I would actually eat one of those. Interesting properties. AquaTabs are approved by the World Health Organization and the Environmental Protection Agency for lifelong use and are used by the UN, UNICEF, oh that's the only acronym I don't know, Red Cross, and NATO. Billions of AquaTabs are used annually to consistently achieve safe household-level water quality in accordance with internationally recognized standards with no side effects reported. Uses. Keep some in your emergency kit or camping gear, just in case. Add 1 tablet for every 8 to 10 liters of water to be cleaned. If water is visibly dirty, double the dosage. Wait 30 minutes before drinking. So it's considered a tool. They've like rated the other ones fossils and other things. Maybe I should have given the ratings at the end. This is a scientific tool. It's super cool. I love that it cleans water, and it's funny they say don't eat it, but then you can dissolve it, and then once I guess it's thoroughly dissolved, it can be, the water can be drank. I mean, I did, my first thought, obviously, I think of Bear Grylls and all his survival shows, and like, just, you know, popping out a tablet of this instead of maybe like purifying the water through, I don't know, the filters that he's created, or the sediment filters, or the, oh, what else has he done? There was a recent episode where he literally took urine and used urine as a magnifying glass to try to, like, purify water and use the sun to get rid of... Oh, it was hilarious. But anyway, those are AquaTabs. I digress. Moving on. So here's a type of putty that literally said bounce it, knead it, and stretch it. And I'm playing with it completely right now. I guess we're in the stretching phase. It was really difficult to get out of this container, I might add. It's not sticky. What's a little sticky? It's really cool looking, and I want to read more about it, obviously. It smells basically like rubber. Yeah, I'm a scientist. I had to smell it. So let's see. That wasn't the most interesting shape. What could I do? There we go. That's so not even better. It's called Thermochromic Putty. Color changing chemistry. Oh my gosh. Alright. I love that there's chemistry in here. What is it? This putty is thermochromic, meaning that it changes color when heat is applied thanks to the power of leucodyes. A leucodye is a chemical that can be switched between colorized and colorless. Droplets of the thermochromic dye mixture are enclosed in tiny, transparent microcapsules. When the temperature of the putty changes, the capsules shift between colorized and colorless states, and, when in turn, changes the color of the putty. I guess my hands were too cold. Now I'm going to try to, like, warm it up while I'm reading this. Maybe, let's see. I need somebody hot-blooded here. Interesting properties. Since the chemical reaction is reversible, the putty will return to its original color after it is cooled. Due to its non-Newtonian properties of the putty material, this putty can stretch, bounce, and even shatter like ceramic. How on earth does this shatter? Guys, I think I'm going to have to experiment with this. I mean, it's like putty. Like, how would it shatter? Okay, I might research more of this. Uses. Or maybe I should just read the uses. This is tiny, tiny print for me, by the way, guys, so I'm sorry I'm stumbling over words, but you can be as creative as you want by creating heat-made designs in the putty, swirling its colors together, or changing its colors completely, all with the palm of your hand. It's classified as a material. I guess my hands are just too cold. I really don't see any color changes. I'm really bummed. Theoretically, I suppose I could try to get a heating pad and heat my hands up somehow. I want to definitely, guys, there's going to be addendums to this video for sure, because this is just too cool to not do anything with. But let's see. I want to get it in a ball and see if it bounces like they say it does. Alright, so I tried to add some friction that I was hoping would heat it and change the color. And it might be starting to get a little lighter in orange, but not by much. But look, guys, it totally bounces. This is the funnest thing ever. Alright. Okay, moving on. Alright, so there were... Don't laugh at this. This is why I really should read things before I film, and I know I keep saying this, but there were 5 items and 6 cards, so I thought I was maybe missing something, but then the last card is basically just explaining the box a little bit. Carbon offsets, taking responsibility. So because of today and everything that's important into this world and our environment, I'm definitely reading this. What is it? As a subscription company, we ship a lot of boxes. In order to offset the impact on our environment, we have taken steps to ensure our supply chain remains carbon negative, removing more CO2 than we produce. CO2 is carbon dioxide, in case no one knows that. We have arranged for a tree to be planted for every box shipped. Oh my goodness, so because I bought this, a tree was planted. How cool is that? Over their lifespan, each tree will remove from the atmosphere many times the amount of carbon dioxide in this package. Carbon dioxide that this package can be caused. Wow, I cannot read tonight. It will remove many times the amount of carbon dioxide that this package caused to be produced. Interesting properties. By taking the average distance of subscribers from our facility, the weight of each box, and method of transport, we can calculate the tonnage of CO2 emitted into the atmosphere per shipment. Are you kidding me? That is geeky as anything, and I love it. Surprisingly, the cost to offset shipments is very affordable, since a typical mail vehicle carries hundreds or thousands of parcels at the same time. This could easily become an e-commerce standard. So anybody, any business should be listening to this right now, right? Uses. Scan the code at the back to view details about your unique tree. No frigging way. So there's a scanner thingy. I'm sure I would have to have an app on my phone, but I'm going to look into that. That's so cool. So, guys, let me know what you think of this matter box. I'm probably going to add some... I'm definitely going to try to heat up my hands and get this to change color. If I can film that, I totally will. And same with these AquaTabs. I mean, it looks like it's just going to... It might not be as exciting as I thought. It's really just to purify the water. But what else am I going to do with them? I might as well film one, right? We might as well open them up and see what they look like. So, maybe I'm either going to film this as is and do a part 2 later, or I'll add it to this video. I'll decide. But thank you guys for sticking with me as I unbox the December 2019 Matter box. And all I have to say is I really wish that this was not so expensive, because it is a lot of fun to open. But then when you think $45, and I don't think that included shipping, and then you look at what you get, I mean, I don't know. If I see some really cool spoilers, I might have to splurge. Let me know what you guys think, and until next time, or my next addendum to this already long video, catch you next time.